Hi, my name is Shay, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring more customers to your business, even during your slow season. Most likely, you're sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this, and what is in it for her? Well, you're lucky, because I read minds. And the answer is that, hey, most of the time, local business owners are just way too busy running their own business, to be able to learn all the ways that the internet can help them. And sometimes the hesitation that you have to hiring someone is they don't know who's an expert and who's not. So I have found that by giving people a free, easy attack plan of actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, hey, that's resulted in some of these local business owners raising their hands and saying, hey, Shay, I like you. Please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you liked what you heard and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan and give it a go yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing we want to go over is content. Now, most business owners know that they need decent content. But what they don't know is that Google's little search bots are out there reading your website, and they are looking for an average of minimum actually, of about 1,500 to 2,400 words of informative, well-written text with the right keywords for you to show up at the top of their Google search. Now, let me show you. I am using the keyword metal roofing St. Louis as a search term, and what I come up with is this is your page that has metal roofing on it, and this is your back page. It's residential roofing, and down here there's just a small paragraph, probably less than 100 words easily, of metal roofing. Well, let me show your competitor just on this one. This is just one search term. This is just one keyword. And they are Wildwood Roofing and Construction. Well, this is their page on metal roofing. And it has about 21 to 2,200 words on it, just about metal roofing. Now, here's a little tool that I have, and it is called Ahrefs. And it essentially gives me behind the scenes details about what Google is looking for in ranking a site. And over here, I can click on keywords. They have 32 keywords on this page, just on this page. And when we come down here, we can see the top keywords that they are ranking for. Metal roofing St. Louis, actually spelled 2 different ways. Can't see quite right here. There is a little dot after the Saint in St. Louis on this one, not on this one. Yes, Google's saying that's a different keyword. But essentially, we've got between those and these other ones, we've got over 150 searches for metal roofing in St. Louis right there. That's pretty significant. Now, if we look at your site, on your page that has residential roofing, that one that has metal roofing mentioned on it, you're being only found for 2 keywords. But here's the thing. These 2 keywords, they're what we call branded keywords. They have your name in it. So no one, if they're not looking for you, they're not finding you. So this page isn't bringing you any business. Now, I want to take an aside here because I'm typically just concentrating on the metal roofing stuff here. But I decided to look at the stats for your entire website. And while I'm finding 101 organic keywords, you're only getting about 22 traffic from your entire website. And out of these, when I come over here and I try to find out which ones you are in position 1 for, actually do that again, what you are in position 1 for, those are just the ones that are, have your name in them. And you're 8 or more on all the other keywords that are on your site. And you are way down on the list, well past the second page on most of these keywords. So your site is not really bringing you in any business unless it's somebody that's already looking for you. So just wanted to bring that as a mention here. And this can definitely be mediated. As a matter of fact, if we look here real quick, one more little side here, I'm going to show you these keywords that have a green next to them. These are ones that are lower competition. Not as many companies are going after them. And there are quite a few of these keywords with a decent search volume that you have on your website that if optimized, you could be going after and getting hundreds of more clicks on your website with just a little bit more in working with some of these keywords and how your website is delivering on that. So I just wanted to let you know on that. So the first thing you need to do to beat your competition online is to add about 500 more words than your competitor has and include those exact keywords, because that's what's driving your competitor's business, and it's 100% beatable if you can get this done. Now let's check this out. When I type into a Google search, metal roofing, St. Louis, this is what comes up. Now this first section here is ads, and well, here's the thing. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if you don't first have your website dialed in right. But this next section here is the map pack. This right here, otherwise known as the Google Map section. And it is showing the top 3 local businesses. So you might be asking, okay, Shay, how do I get into the Google Map pack? Hey, I told you I read minds. This has everything to do with the second thing I want to show you today, and that is citations. So you're probably asking yourself now, what's a citation and why do I care? Well, a citation is simply your business name, address, and phone number out on directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Yext, and about a couple hundred other directories out there. And this is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. Right now, you're not ranking in these top 3, and you likely have only a couple dozen citations. Now, across the board, the people that end up in the top 3 average on a Google Map pack across the web, it's about 150 citations for each of these businesses. So when you get more citations than your competitor, you gain more trust from Google and it pushes you up in the map pack. So now you might be asking yourself, okay, great. Well, how do I do that? Well, it's really simple. We use sites like WhiteSpark, Bright Local, and now it will tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on. Then we can literally go down their list and match with directories they're on. And we're not going to stop there, because we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them online. So we're going to make sure that you have about 200 or so citations, so it takes them a long time to catch back up. Now, let's talk about the third thing I wanted to go over with you today, backlinks. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So when we search for metal roofing St. Louis and we scroll down past this map pack, this is the organic section, and goes on for quite a ways. But we're most interested in these top 3 places. Why? Because this is where 70% of all clicks come into these top 3 businesses. So just with the example of the metal roofing St. Louis keyword, 150 clicks, that means 70% of that's like 105 customers landing in these top 3 businesses every month. Okay, so how do you get there? You need authority. Well, how do you get authority? Well, it all comes down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website. So like if this is a local blog or local industry site, and it happens to have an article about your company, And you can then click on your business name and wham, it takes you down to your website. That's a backlink. And it's kind of like a vote of confidence in Google's eyes. And this passes authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So, as in my last example, local industry site or some local blog comes along and is linking back to your site. Hey, great. But not every link is created equal, because if you have over here, this is a Pizza Hut linking back to your roofing company. Well, not so great, because you don't sell pepperoni. So here is your site and the number of backlinks that we're seeing for you. Well, we come up here and go back to your overview. And this is for your entire site. We've got 406 backlinks. Sounds good. And it might be. But as I said, not all backlinks are created equal. But when we get to the residential roofing page, it's only showing one backlink. Now, that's not horribly surprising, because a lot of businesses don't push backlinks to their back pages, which is definitely a mistake when you're trying to rank the services on those back pages. Now, if we look at the competition here, they too have just a handful of backlinks. They have 7. But one of the things that we can do when we decide to go out and get you more backlinks, we can go down their list of backlinks. We can see these right here. We can go down there and get you the same or better backlinks. And after that, we can research relevant backlinks that I can go out and get for your metal roofing page, so we can build you a strong profile. See, getting you to the top, it's not magic, it's just method. And I've shown you that method today. So once again, we went over content. Your page needs to have at least 1,500 words on it, and it needs to include the proper keywords. 2, citations. You want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And 3, backlinks. You need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority. And if you implement these things today, you can be #1 across Google. And I'm a psychic member, so I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own. And I'm totally cool with that. However, if you want the most effective route and you want to save yourself some time and a headache, give me a call at 901-589-5244. Once again, my name is Shay Leone. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.